If you are printing templates from Whitebox and not using your own templates from your own design, be sure to print letter size, and print the default scaling. These were printed with a fit to page. Here as the counterexample, I have the templates that were printed without changing the scale. That's going to be a perfect match. When printing letter size, 2 pages are going to have to be connected together. I find using something like the window as a tracing table is by far the best way to do this, because I can line up these dash marks perfectly, have a couple pieces of tape on the ready. I am not going to tape the top on now. That's going to wait because first we're going to drill the axle holes and then we're going to cut the side profile first. We don't want to cut a top profile and then have this be uneven laying on the table, the saw table, while we're cutting the side profile. So drill holes, cut the side profile. When that side profile is cut, you may find that you need to do a little modifying. This isn't going to fit, may not fit perfectly anymore. For safety, be sure you're wearing eye protection. You could use, if you choose, you could use the clamp and set it up, but beware that clamp may leave a dent in the soft balsa. That's up to you. This piece is large enough that it can be safely held a safe distance from that spinning bit. I'm going to be as precise as I can, lining that up. Turn the drill on. Make sure the bit comes to a complete stop and check that you've gone all the way through. The next step is going to be cutting this side profile on the bandsaw. We do not need the miter tool. We want nothing else on the table. Check the guard distance to make sure that's not going to interfere, but that it just clears the piece. At no time should your fingers be anywhere close to that blade or in this cut line. Sometimes people want to have fingers close to where they're cutting for more control. All that is avoidable. You never get your fingers within 3 inches of the blade or any part of your body moving toward the blade in that cut line. I'm going to cut a relief cut on this top piece. Relief cuts are often used for cutting curves, and I don't see any curve on this profile that requires a relief cut. However, I'll cut a relief cut so that I can walk the piece to that cut and avoid any situation where I'm feel like I need to cut all the way to the end. What I'll do, I'll carefully make a relief cut here, just to the line. I don't want to go too deep or it will take me forever to sand that cut out if I cut past my line. But I'm cutting that so that I can approach that relief cut from 2 sides without ever getting my fingers near the blade. We're going to let the blade come to a complete stop. Because this is a fairly large piece, I can reach around and grab that piece. Any smaller pieces, I'm going to use some kind of block of wood or my blank to push them away from the blade and clear them off the table. Keep the table always clear of scrap wood. So there are often advantages to changing your position and standing diagonally to the saw rather than square to the saw, as I'm doing here. I change positions to cut this side so that I can walk my fingers again without moving them anywhere near the blade. Glue on your templates. Double check that when you make those cuts, you're not going to get too close to the hole for the power plant. And note that when making any kind of turn, you want to use the blade as your pivot point. Never slide the piece or try getting back in line or getting back on your line by pushing left or right, or that blade will break under that pressure. That side profile is looking good. Anything that's not perfect now, we'll spend a little time sanding out, but we're ready to glue on the top profile and cut that.